While child routes construct a URL by combining paths from the parent-child hierarchy, there may be a need to define an additional route with an independent URL. For example, if a Gmail web client displays the list of emails in your input mailbox and you decide to compose a new email, the new will be displayed on the right side of the window, and you will be able to switch between the inbox and the new email without closing either of one. If the Gmail client would be developed in Angular, you could implement such functionality using independent routes, which are called auxiliary routes, which are displayed at the same time with another route. To configure an auxiliary route, you need to instantiate the class auxRoute in the annotation route config. Say we want to add our application an ability to chat with customer care while keeping the current route open. Basically, we want to add an independent chat route that allows the users to use both routes at the same time and switch from one route to another. Here is an example. I'm on the home component. Now I can go to the employee detail component. Now I decide to chat with customer care, so I click on the chat link. After that, whichever link I click, the chat component will remain open. Now let's write code for this. Create our basic Angular project and add the base href and routing libraries. Now let's import routing in app.ts and add employee detail component. Now let's add home component in same file. And let's add chat component 2 in the same file. Basically, these components will be just displaying some text. Now let's add the providers. And now let's add the links. This is a router link for an auxiliary route. At the time of writing a beta 0, or at the time of this video, a beta 0 has been launched and the auxiliary route has to be attached to another route. In our case, it's home. This requirement will be removed in beta 1. Now let's add the router outlets. To separate rendering of components for a regular and an auxiliary route, you will need to add yet another tag router outlet for rendering the content of the auxiliary route. So here we have two router outlets. But in case of auxiliary routes, the router outlet should have a name, so we will give it a name chat. Let's add the directives. Now let's write our route config. The root and the employee configs are the same as previous examples, but for auxiliary route, we have this code. Aux is a configuration property for the auxiliary route chat. The URLs for auxiliary routes are displayed in parentheses as seen in figure. Now let's see the output. When the user clicks on the chat link will remain open even if the user clicks on other links.